Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I would like to talk about the things that are wrong with this car. There's nothing major, it still works, or it works in general, but there's still a few things, minor things, that could be better. For starters, the problem with the starter motor is still ongoing, so it keeps repeating after some time driving the car. So that is clearly frustrating, but that's an issue that I've been battling with for the better part of over 2 years now. So that's kind of frustrating. But anyway, from the outside and from a certain distance, the car looks entirely fine, and as there is nothing wrong with it. However, on closer look, there's definitely a few things that aren't okay. So let's start here. As I've mentioned in one of my videos some time ago, the car was in Poland for repairs, and unfortunately the mechanic was handling the car very poorly, which is why this scratch came to be. It's all through the paint layers, so in order to get rid of that, I would have to redo the entire hood of the car, which bears the risk of color differences. The car was painted in 2017. I haven't been driving it that much, so having the hood resprayed may not lead to any difference in color tone. But as this is a very expensive thing to do, I have yet to do that. Furthermore, here on the side, the car has been bumped by my neighbor, unfortunately. But this time around, he actually told me that he opened the door of his car and hit mine. So as this scratch needs to be fixed anyway, I wasn't very mad about this thing here. Otherwise, the paint looks absolutely fantastic still after 3 years, although I haven't been driving it that much. Another thing here with the door handles, I bought them cheaply on the internet, and it is clearly visible that it's not really chrome, it's just a foil over plastic. So every time I go to the car wash, it peels off more and more. Same goes with the filler cap here. The air vents here hold up pretty decently, there's no problem with them. The chrome bumpers, the front and the rear, are in a good shape, at least from the outside. On the inside there's a little bit of corrosion, but not a big problem at the moment. Let's go back here to the engine compartment. I'm sure the camera won't show that, but as I said, the mechanic was fixing the engine, or putting this engine back into the car, the original engine. However, again, he was working very poorly and peeled off the paint from the engine cover and resprayed it with a very cheap paint color from a can. Unfortunately, it's probably not visible on camera. Let's try it anyway. And this is another thing that I need to take care of in the future. What was it called? I just forgot the word for that. Heat baffle, I guess that's the heat baffle. Is in black because I didn't have it painted while the car was at the restoration. But all in all, it seems to be working properly. Just the starter motor is doing its own thing. Then let's quickly go to the interior of the car. I've been mentioning a few times already that that's an ongoing project, an upcoming project. However, it keeps postponing year after year after year because I'm spending the money that I actually saved up for the car on other things. But anyway, as I said, it needs refurbishing. However, the way I want it to be made is rather expensive, so it takes time to save up the money. But let me show you how it currently looks. Sorry for this very weird sound. I very rarely open the passenger door, but I guess that sound is very quickly fixable. Anyway, Let's go on the inside. And the most obvious thing here, it's really dark. Let me just switch to the other side of the car. Maybe it will be visible a little bit better, or a little bit better visible. I'm gonna stay outside of the car. So the driver's seat is in a very bad condition, and it has been like this for some time now. As I had the car restored, the mechanic was very nice and refurbished the seat a little bit, especially here in the back. And it was done very professionally. However, he used the glue, and unfortunately this panorama roof, or is it called panorama roof? Anyway, this glass roof here is unfortunately not very tight, not waterproof as it appears to be, because whenever I'm at the car wash, it seems to be leaking, and unfortunately the glue got wet and doesn't hold anymore. So that's a problem, but whenever I will be able to refurbish the entire interior of the car, this is definitely a thing to be taken care of. Here in the back, the car looks actually pretty fine. The box for the speakers has been nicely wrapped in some synthetic leather, which looks absolutely fine. Here, the ceiling of the car still looks very good after 3 years of using the car, and everything else in the interior will have to be refurbished at some point. But as I said, that's quite the expensive process, and if I keep spending money on other things, I will never get done with that. But I guess the journey counts. And yeah, basically that's it for the video. A quick run through what's wrong with the car. Maybe I forgot something, maybe something doesn't just pop into my mind. The biggest issue is with the starter motor. I really don't know where the problem lies. I have installed new starter motors, have installed refurbished starter motors. Does it have anything to do with the ignition? I don't know. I've tried different ignitions. They didn't seem to improve the problem. And that's those things. There's always something to be done with a Maluch, but I'm still having fun with that. Next up, unfortunately, I have to admit, is the technical inspection, which I haven't made an appointment until now. It's the end of February, and as of March 1st, I won't be able to drive the car legally on the streets. So I really have to get moving on that front. I certainly hope that there's no issue, that the car will restart or will start at the technical inspection point. If it doesn't, well, that's kind of bad. And yeah, one thing that just popped into my mind that doesn't work is the horn. Unfortunately, that's another thing that the mechanic in Poland back then screwed up. Ever since the car was there, the horn doesn't work, and I don't know where the problem lies. There is a loose wire in the trunk. I will check if that's the problem. If it solves the horn problem, I will be very glad about it. On the other hand, if it doesn't solve the problem, I certainly hope that this won't be a major error during the technical inspection, and I will get the okay anyway. I guess I've been rambling on for too long now. I thank you for your attention. As always, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, leave your comments down below, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye bye.